Every great body of work has its critical juncture, the piece that informs all to come beyond and alters its predecessors in retrospect. If we were to place a pin on that point in the corpus of Quentin Tarantino, where would it fall? For my money, there's really only one answer.
It's Jackie Brown.
The film that serves as the emotional anchor for this body of work and marks a stark evolution in his approach to storytelling and characterization overall, foregoing the tonal and stylistic hallmarks that had since defined his career in favor of something quieter, more thoughtful. Because before this point, there was always one thing true of all Tarantino's characters.
Fucking treat that bitch like a
We're gonna
queen,
walk
man.
back to this little bar.
I got Madonna's big dick coming out of my left ear.
Dick. They talk a lot, don't they?
They certainly do. They certainly do.
What the fuck was I talking about?
With Jackie Brown, on the other hand, we have a titular character that doesn't speak a word till the half-hour mark of the film, with probably 40% of that subsequent screen time consisting of her silently walking from one place to another, though each of those scenes are uniquely revealing in a way that dialogue would be insufficient to capture. But silence can speak volumes when deployed with intent.
Une minute de silence, ça peut durer très longtemps. Une vraie minute de silence, ça dure une éternité.
Ok. 1, 2, 3.
Bon. Moi, j'en ai marre. Je vais mettre un 10.
Why do we feel it's necessary to yak about bullshit in order to be comfortable?
I don't know, but it's a good question. Silence is so often reserved as a means to elicit discomfort or suspense, and not much else. We have this compulsion to label any lull in verbal activity between characters as dead air, something to be pruned away to keep those recesses in dialogue as small as possible. But those dramatic respirations are not only natural, they're necessary. These quiet moments between the moments are what oxygenate a scene, give it life, give it color, the beats of a healthy heart. Jackie Brown is typically lauded as Tarantino's most reserved or restrained, but I'd argue it feels much freer than any of his previous work, not as beholden to the typewriter. Here, he allowed himself the freedom to observe, to listen, and learn to say more with less by moving beyond the trappings he'd established for himself up to that point in his career.
I had nothing else to say then, all right? I'd said it,
Hey.
and you heard it.
What?
And you got it. So this was the movie where I had to figure out, what am I going to do now for the rest of my career? I'd almost outgrown the material that had made me famous, and now I had to figure out what I wanted to do next.
Mr. Brown!
Compelling characterization is rarely conveyed through exposition. Jackie Brown instead offers us an interior life glimpsed in choices of music, choices of vehicle, choices of beverage. We get a chance to linger with these people, actually settle into this world alongside them and experience it as they do.
That's when you know you found somebody really special. And you can just shut the fuck up for a minute, comfortably share silence.
Altogether, it evokes a particular kind of feeling that's in short supply with so many stories overly concerned with racing to that next beat.
And that feeling is truly getting to hang out with the characters. I mean, like, hang out with them, where they're not like movie characters, they're being introduced in a movie kind of way.
Without the relentless flow of dialogue that had become a hallmark of the Tarantino style, the edit also gets a chance to breathe and feel more honest and lived in. I'm a great admirer of Sally Mankey's editing, and I think her choice in uprooting large sections of dialogue from the original cut of this film actually reveals more than it removes. Remnants of those conversations can be found in the extras on the DVD, like the deleted scene from Jackie's bag exchange with Sharonda, which was originally a few minutes longer and had been used to build out a bit more context concerning the situation with Ordell and the various women he has set up around LA.
You're hungry.
And through Jackie's brief interrogation of this woman, you can parse a bit of pity coming from her, even a bit of condescension maybe. But it mostly serves as a moment of introspection for Jackie, her role in this grim scheme that Ordell has woven, and the ugly parts of it that she personally has been contributing to. And that's all necessary information, so why cut it? Well, you'll see that every single second of it is rendered completely redundant when Pam Grier does this. And now you know everything you need to know. There's so much communicative power in a glance or a smirk or a tilt of the head. Things can be done in gesture that 3 pages of dialogue would do half as well, if that. And true characterization is found in the spaces between the lines. There isn't a word in any language that can do what this look does. And any amount of menace conjured through Sam Jackson's operatic recitations of scripture can be equally accomplished with just a stare. They say most people reveal more about themselves through their posture than their parlance, especially guarded people, people who live in a world where taciturnity means life or death.
I'm not saying another goddamn word.
People who have to choose their words carefully. And we get to see the rewards of silence, or the consequences of running your mouth a bit too much for a bit too long.
That ain't nothing you want to tell me before we get out this car, is there? No.
Actions will always speak louder than words. In rewatching, I'm always surprised how little we're actually told about De Niro's character Lewis, but how much we can infer just through the way he carries himself, the way he stumbles his way through this rediscovery of the world after being locked away for so long. That is not a portrait that can be painted in dialogue alone.
It's a performance that needs to be given in body language. All right, and I remember even describing to him, I said, I want Lewis to have the body language of a pile of dirty clothes.
It's one thing to be told who someone is, but another entirely to actually see how they live, how they think, how they work and struggle and fall in love, to see what burdens them, what empowers them, and explore the ways a person communicates or expresses themselves outside of language. That's what allows Jackie Brown to stand apart from the others in that filmography as Tarantino's most compassionate, his most human. Its layers of emotional complexity feel deeply vulnerable in a way that the style-soaked writing of his earlier work was somewhat lacking. Jackie Brown has style to be sure, but it's delivered with an earnestness and authenticity that's more seen than heard. After all, anything that's worth saying can be said through the eyes on their own. And yeah, it doesn't hurt if those eyes happen to belong to someone like Robert Forster. Who needs words when you got a face like that?
It's a completely silent performance. Now how many actors can pull that off?
Knowing when to shut up is an invaluable discipline to learn as a young filmmaker, or anyone for that matter. The screen is generous. It'll let you say all you need without saying anything at all. Or, as Tarantino's favorite band of outsiders once put it, when the feelings are clear enough, the pictures will speak for themselves. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. If you're looking for privacy on the web, NordVPN is going to be your best bet. Having a virtual private network keeps all your internet traffic encrypted and allows for a safer, smoother browsing experience, as well as keeping your location and IP address private from potential malicious trackers. But in addition to protecting your online activity, a VPN is also the only way to get around certain region-specific restrictions your country may be imposing on various sites across the web. I've had plenty of issues with videos of mine getting geo-blocked by YouTube in the past. In fact, it happened to this one the first time I tried to upload it. But you can circumvent all those restrictions with a VPN by essentially pretending you're in any country of your choosing by changing your virtual location. And you get straight back into whatever it is you were looking for. No fuss, no hassle. NordVPN has servers all over the world, and it just takes one click to get connected. It works across all your devices, and you can link up to 10 of them from just one account. It's super fast, super reliable, great for traveling, and if you change your mind, there's a no-risk 30-day money-back guarantee. What have you got to lose? You can sign up today using my link at nordvpn.com/CaptainChristian, which greatly supports the channel, but also gets you a 2-year plan plus 4 extra months at a massive discount. Again, that's nordvpn.com/CaptainChristian. Thanks always for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take care.